Hey football fans, Tuesday night, and we got a couple of Goliaths here at Wallace Middle School. In the blue, Wallace Rangers, an undefeated 6-0 here in the 8th grade. And they're taking on the Wimberley Texans. First time since I've been around that Wimberley and Wallace have played each other. They're in the white unis, the visiting team, and they're 6-1. Their only loss coming to Barton, who Wallace will square off with next week. And that will be for the district championship. Wimberley, of course, not in this district, but an auxiliary game. And a lot of these kids know each other, have played a lot of football together from youth football. And back deep on the 25 is Brendan and Curtis. And we're waiting for whistles to blow. 17 to put a pooch kick to the right side and drops in front of Putman. Moving to his right side and trying to get outside of pursuit and won't be able to. Tackle at the 30, Wallace will set up shop there. First play from scrimmage from the 32-yard line. Kale, the quarterback, a balanced set. And Juju, number 9 in the backfield. He's gonna carry the ball first, bounces to his outside and finds the defensive end. And we'll see what kind of defense Wimberley set up in. A 4-3 defensive front, maybe a 3-4 actually, 3 down linemen. Kale moving to his right side, shovel pass over to Juju, trying to get outside and a big collision, and Juju stays in bounds. And 16 came up to lay the wood, and Juju didn't collect much, maybe about 3 on the play. Both players likely feeling the ring of the bell from that last contact. In for a high-hitting matchup, it looks like. Kale looking to go to the air, wants to throw this one deep. He's got Brendan down the line, and in and out of his hands, couldn't quite reach it. A good placed ball, and not gonna work on that one. 4th down on the 35, and no punt formation shown for Wallace here. Got to get a full 8 to keep this drive alive. Gonna try the hard count, and Wallace sits still, can't get Wimberley. Trying to get him on the jump, but no flag thrown. Across the middle, nobody home. And without the flag thrown, it'll be a turnover on downs as they snapped it. So the center coached to snap the ball if they come across the line, and they did for a minute, but the snap not in time before the defensive lineman gets back. O-line for Wimberley already set up. Jackson Ketter, number 11, the quarterback, and big 35. Carter Meeks to his right side. He runs like a bowling ball. And motion will come from the outside. That's Braden Wynn, number 10. Fake the jet sweep, hand to 35, and he's tackled by Marcus. Ringed him around the neck, and 78 has an early tackle on the stat sheet. No gain on the counter in the gun. Ketter, handoff again, 35, and he's got a little bit more this time. And then a flag comes in late from the sideline. So a hold, spot foul, brings this one back to the 45. 2nd down again. Fake, play action, Ketter looking to be flushed out and then collapses. 79 was pressuring him, and he thought about going up the middle and may have lost his footing. So with the sack, the ball now at midfield, 3rd down and long. Got to get back to about the 25 to keep this one moving. 2 in the backfield with Ketter. 3-step drop, throwing across the middle, tipped away, and nearly picked off. That was Max, number 51, who got a mid up in the air. Curtis was lurking, but couldn't quite find it, and it's 4th down. 4th down, and no punt formation for the Texans. Ketter moving to his right side, moving the pocket, throwing, look for 33, and he got it! But no conversion of the yardage needed. A good pass and catch. That's Micah Ford, number 33. And look for him tonight as he's the go-to target for Ketter. Couple extra precious seconds click off as on the turnover on downs. But then they do get it stopped finally. Here comes the Rangers. Handoff. Juju gets through the first couple of tackles, dragging defenders, and nearly has the first down of the ball game. 2nd and short on the 43. Handoff Juju, left side this time. Got a little room, and there he spits out to the 1st down and knocked out of bounds as he crosses the 40-yard line. That'll stop the clock, 3:30 in the 1st quarter, and Rangers putting something together here early. So first play inside Texan territory tonight, and it's a trips left look. Juju will follow the strength, finds traffic, and gets a couple. No hashes marked on the field. Well, I guess there might be, but the back judge comes in and repositions the football. Rangers balanced. Spot is the far side hash, and Kale will hand off to 9 again, up the middle, slicing through, dragging 34, and then they may get him on a horse collar and tack on some more. We'll see what the call is. So 15 tacked on at the end of Juju's run for a face mask against the Texan defense. The call. In the middle of the field come the Rangers, a balanced set, 18. Handoff to 9, around the 9 hole. Got a little space, 3 trying to get him. Juju's got the first down. And into the end zone, and the first score belongs to Wallace. 31 has been money all season. The secret, maybe not so secret, weapon of the Rangers, adding on 2 points to each touchdown for the most part this season. Snap, down, hold, good. Kick way up and through. I should have followed the ball on the camera on that one, and you'd have really been impressed. It's an 8-0 ball game. Coach G, a jack of all trades, working his scoreboard magic to get these 8 points on the board. How about that? Men back deep are standing on their 20 for Wimberley, and this is a pooch kick, and it's going to get to the second line. And 25, Jakari Washington moving to his right side. Spin move, and then taken down at the 45. Jakari, a transfer student from Simon Middle School here in the district where he's been, and made the jump over to Wimberley just a couple weeks ago, along with Braden Wynn. And Braden may be the lengthiest player for the Texan team. Micah Ford changes sides, maybe lead blocker. We'll see if 35 gets it behind him, and he will, and here he comes. And once again, Marcus finds him up high and rides him down. Jakari and Carter in the backfield with Ketter for second down. And 78 in there in a hurry, a screenplay, and 35 got free, and there he goes, and finally tackled in the secondary. He showed a little speed, and Curtis and Juju were there to meet him, but Wimberley has their first down of the night. A creative screenplay called right on time for Wimberley. Spot is Wallace's 42. Another aerial attack. Here comes Ketter, the fade down the sideline, and it's thrown to the boundary and incomplete, out of bounds. Curtis kind of let him go like maybe he knew he was out of bounds, but felt a little too risky for my taste. 2 receivers split to the right side. 7 alone here on the near side. Ketter thrown across the middle on the stop route. Got him, that's Micah Ford, and tackled shy of the line to gain by Max, the middle linebacker. 43 seconds in the first quarter. Wimberley trying to respond here. Ford moves to the left side. Handoff is to Meeks coming around the left side and found by 77 Julian, who slams him to the turf. So end of one, an 8-0 ball game. A 4th down coming as we go to the second quarter. The 42-yard line, the home of the second quarter start. And getting the chains set. So before the second quarter can begin, Coach G calls a timeout. 4th down and 11 now. And power to the right side. Ketter moving to his right. Wants it over the middle. Looking for Ford and threw it too tall. And that's where the ball goes over, except there's a flag on the far side. And we'll have to check that out. A bit of a Ranger gift in the form of offsides will make this now 4th down again. And this time got to get about 7. Moving to the left side this time. Ketter flushed out. Now back to his right and nobody home. And didn't like what he saw over there and threw it away rather than taking the sack. Spot is the 37-yard line, and before things can get fired up here, got to get the chains situated. It's always the delay. The middle school chain gang unionize, and some of them quit. And they get some fresh blood over there to run them. Here comes 1st down. Juju trying to find a gap, and a good block there on the edge by Tristan. And Juju maybe gets a yard out of it. Number 1, Curtis checking into the ball game, and he'll line up here on the near side. Brendan opposite of him, and then a couple in the slot. 2nd down and about 8. And Curtis gonna look for the deep ball. Once Curtis and couldn't get outside. Kale rather looking for it. I said Curtis's name, incomplete. So Kale's tried that deep ball a couple times tonight. Once to Brendan, once to Curtis, and just couldn't find either of them on the target. Ketter on the other side of the ball tried it as well. So far, no dice for anybody. And here comes Juju up the middle and wrapped up immediately and taken down at the line of scrimmage. Solo tackle by 54. 4th and 8 from the 38. And Juju in a pistol look, power to the right side. Zeke wingback left, and Brendan split out. Fake there, and now nothing gonna happen there, and he's treated dirty. Kale's gotta tuck that and run. Giving himself up like that, Ginger style, could get somebody hurt, and a busted play there on 4th down. So really good position on the field for Wimberley as they come out, and whistles blow. And Juju has to get a mouthpiece situated. So a dirty mouthpiece goes in 9's mouth. Ketter trying to catch him off guard. Deep pass down the left side. Looking for Braden. High points it and dropped. He nearly had it. Zeke in contention and found a way to knock that ball free. Each offense trying the deep fade 2 times apiece and nothing doing. Here comes a handoff up the middle, and a host of Rangers find the carrier after about 5. 3rd and 7, just inside the Ranger 30. 2 in the back with Ketter. Fakes the handoff, throws over the middle. Micah Ford's got it and wrapped up and taken down in the secondary after about a 20, maybe 15, 20-yard pickup. And that's the second time that play has worked. So Ford's got at least 2 receptions tonight. Here comes Washington, wrapped up at the line and nowhere there. No huddle, fast pace, 2nd down. Here come the Texans, straight to the left side. And Ketter's looking up the middle. Now he goes down again, and it's the 2nd time he's fallen untouched, and not sure if he's tripping or sliding. Nevertheless, it's 3rd down. 3rd down and long after the TFL. Same formation for Texans. Ketter lets go of it in a hurry, and it's high pointed and caught and in the end zone, but there is a flag thrown, and it looks like it's going to be against the offense. That was Micah Ford on the receiving end of that, but after a discussion here, it's going to be an illegal block down low on the offense, and it'll come back if it holds. So ill-timed for the Texans for sure. I'm not sure if the block had any impact on the play. They're gonna try it again. 7 this time on the receiving end, and was in position, and a pretty good placed ball by Ketter. 7 was looking for it over his head and couldn't find it. 4th down and a long way. The 30-yard line, the spot, the 4, the line to gain. Here comes Ketter, empty set, 5 wide, wants it down the left side. Looking for 10, and he falls down, it's picked up. Zeke has it, and steps out of bounds. In fact, I don't know if he caught it out of bounds or if it counts. If it counts, it'd be unfortunate because it'd give the Rangers the ball way back where he caught it. Probably should have knocked it down and had it at the 30-yard line, but he caught it on the 1, and that's fortuitous for Wimberley. So as it turns out, it's just like a Texan punt. Zeke, being an athlete like he is, it's hard to manipulate all that information in your head thinking it'd be better to knock this ball down. Here comes 1st down from the goal line. Handoff up the middle, and Juju got none, maybe a yard. 2nd and 8 from the 4. A balanced set. Handoff up the middle again. Juju got a little bit more and drives the pile. And he is out past the 1st down with 2:34 in the half. The Rangers keep going. Same set for the blue. Long count from Kale. Looks to his right. And now back to the left side, and sacked in the backfield. He might have had an option if he threw it out of the 3-step drop, but tough as it goes. A loss of 6, back to the 5 for 2nd down. Kale looking across and found Tristan on the out route. Stiff arm, 8, and taken out at the 18. Well, they moved the chains, but I don't think that was a 1st down. That line to gain was the 20, and they're at the 18, so they moved the chains prematurely. They need to reset these. Well, that's middle school football for you. They gratuitously give the Rangers the 1st down. Here comes Juju on the counter play, looking for the hole, found a little one, and 54 finds him. Juju's giving him a merry-go-round ride, and he's got another 1st. Have you heard the adage, dynamite comes in little packages? Well, that's the case with Juju, and here's another dose of him. And he's got some speed as well. 9, down the boundary, and there he goes, and they may not get him. Here comes Dakari, and they finally trip him up. Number 3 got him at the 30, around the ankles, and 9 showing his blast of athleticism. What a power-packed athlete. And Wallace not waiting for anybody. Here they come. They got to wait for the chains. They're not set. Juju again, left side, got some more, and he's got nearly another first down, but we wouldn't know because the chains weren't set. Wallace calls a timeout to let Juju catch his breath. There's 40 seconds left in the first half, and the Rangers are driving. A chance to catch his and his team's breath. Juju back in the backfield to the right side of Kale. Zeke, the wingback, on the right side. Tristan, the slot, on the left. Chain set, ball spot the 15. 40 seconds showing in half number one. Wallace looking to add to their lead. And a long pause here before whistle blows. Maybe it's blown. And I guess it has. Here comes the count. 18 to 9, up the middle. And this time, not as much. Glory, the ball pops out. And it must have been either ruled down or perhaps Wallace has it. And they'll stop the clock for an injured player. So the injured player, 54 for the Texans, and he's made his share of tackles tonight. Walks off on his own power. Juju, spin move out of the first tackle. Back to the right, and then found by the lurking outside linebacker, 35. That's Carter Meeks, the ball carrier on offense for the Texans. And a timeout called by Wallace, and that's their second of the half. No, it would be their third and final, I believe, because I think Wallace took one early on. Some fans screaming that it's fourth down, but it's not, because the first play Wallace ran down here was a first in itself. Here comes Kale to the corner of the end zone behind the scoreboard. I couldn't see it. He was looking for Brendan, and it was tipped away, not sure by Brendan's hands or the Texans. So fourth down from the 9-yard line, and here comes a 29-yard field goal attempt by 31. He's made this and longer this season. Hold down good, kick up and away, and no problems as that ball sails through, and it's true, and it's an 11-0 ball game here with 7 seconds in the first half. It's one thing to be able to kick a field goal in the 8th grade. It's another thing to do it in the middle of a game when the pressure's on. And so 31, who's made a season-long habit of that, finds the boundary this time and not his best play on the kickoff there. So Wimberley, having their choice, has elected to move it back 5 and re-kick. So 31 this time aims to his right side for the pooch kick. Wimberley would love to set up the return. Wallace trying to keep him from it, but this one will be returnable. Jakari, 25. He's got a little speed himself up the middle and gets through there and taken down as he crosses the 40, and the clock expires, so exciting for a minute. An 11-0 two-score game at the break. We'll see you on the other side. Don't go anywhere. We always like fun football and tight games, and we got one of those right here. The story so far, I would say Wallace, number 9, has had a heck of an offensive output tonight, running behind some good kick-out blocks. He's been going off tackle quite a bit, and there's been holes to run through. On the opposite side of the ball, the defensive line, who's been good all year for Wallace, making the Texans go quick. Ketter's got to get that ball out of his hands, maybe faster than he'd like to. The running game pretty much shut down, and Wimberley, though, showing they can move the ball and have threatened a couple times. Here comes 31 with the kick. Right foot, end over end, hard line drive, ball moving around, and they safely pounce on it at the 45. First down, first play from scrimmage of the second half. Ketter, handoff up the middle, Jakari, and tackled down low and taken down solo style by who else but number 9. Twins to the right side, and 35 moves over to the left to block. Jakari shifts to the right, gonna get it on the left edge, and hits the gas, and got a first down out past the 40-yard line before he's found. Just when I spoke that Wallace had found an answer for the Texans' rushing game, here they come with 2 hot sticks up the middle. Third play, another give to Jakari, moving out the outside, now trying to turn back, and gets past the couple tacklers. He's found by Putman after about 5, and it's productive again. Heavy to the far side for second down. And movement early. It looked like the center was just a little tardy on getting that ball snapped. Spots the 40. Second and 11. Jakari, left side, and found in the backfield this time. Third and long, and you got to believe that this is coming on the arm of Ketter. Zeke Curtis and Brendan back deep, but it's not. It's a give up the middle. Carter Meeks, and he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage to force a 4th down. Didn't see that one coming, but the Ranger front did. Number 12, Max, checks in for Chris at the outside backer. A 4-3 look. And 4th down's gonna have Ketter moving to his right, being chased by 79. Pass over the middle, looking for Ford, high points it, he's got it! And Curtis wraps him up and takes him down, but it's a 4th down conversion at the 15, just what the Texans needed. Right when Wallace had them where they wanted them, they give up about a 25-yard strike from Ketter on that rollout to the right side on the arms, receiving hands of Ford. Brendan walks off, hobbles off under his own power, and here comes 1st down. Jakari, left edge, up the middle, and then found inside. And that may have been Juju, first man to him. Braden Wynn, number 10, out to the far side. Fake, Ketter, over the middle. And nearly picked off. They were looking for Braden on the post pattern, and Zeke nearly had his 2nd INT of the night, stepped in front of that one and knocked it down at the goal line. Ball on the 12, and it's 3rd down. 3:34 in the 3rd quarter. Wimberley looking for their first points. Ketter rolls to his right side, lets this one fly, looking for Ford, too tall. In fact, almost out the back of the end zone. 4th down, and this is where Wimberley struck gold on the last series, or drive rather. Set of downs maybe. Here comes the right side rollout. And again, look at Curtis is there and didn't get it and got lucky. 34 didn't either as it climbed over his head. And turnover on downs, Wallace will have it on the 12. Last time Wallace was pinned against the wall here, they put a drive together and got a field goal out of it before the half. They'd love to get more points here, but Wimberley with a fast start in the 2nd half. Trying to stop him. Here comes Juju, and first man to him was 52, who slowed him down enough, but the legs of 9 still spits forward for about 5. 2nd and 6. Balance set. Kale, Juju, right side this time, up the middle, and there goes 9, off to the races. Jakari trying to get him. 9 trying to run away from him, and Jakari is gonna drive and get him as he crosses into the 5-yard line. And the referees were nowhere to be found. They're gonna say touchdown, that he fell into the end zone. That's a tough call as they ran away from the adult men on the field. How about 9 going about 80 yards for the score? 17 as it stands now, 31, seeing if he can't take it to 19. And a late arrival will be Max. The referee looking at a play clock like there is one on his watch. I've never seen a delay game called, so it's probably more for looks. Here comes the snap. High, hold down, and Wimberley blocks it, and that ball's live. Micah Ford trying to get it and pick it up, and the tackle made, so no good extra point. Would have been worth 2, and would have got Wimberley on the board with a scoop and score. We'll stick at 17 with 2:26 in the 3rd. Don't quote me on it, but I think that 85-yard touchdown run by Juju, probably the longest play of the Wallace Rangers season. 31, a little 3-step approach, end over end again, trying to keep it away from the deep man, and nearly gotten by Wallace, and now 34 comes out with it, and now he's down the sideline. Brendan trying to get him, and I don't know that he will, and just like that, and then pulled down at the goal line, and gonna see where they mark him, and they're gonna say touchdown. He got in, and Wallace gives up a shutout with 2:09 in the 3rd quarter. Texans strike. A pause for a football changeout as that ball was scored with the Ranger football. And here comes the extra point and a flag thrown, but that's the wrong thing. He threw his car keys. He meant to throw the flag, but it's a false start on the offense. Wallace was making a substitution themselves on that last extra point try, and they may have gotten away with 12 men on the field, as I don't think he was off when the snap happened. Could have been, should have been offsetting penalties, but as it stands, it's an extra point try from the 9-yard line, 8-yard line. And a tight end to the right side in the form of Ford, and he may slip out for a pass. And he will on a flag route, and they're looking for 13 at the pylon. Curtis in coverage, and it's overthrown, no good, 17-6. Haven't been too many teams score too many points on the Wallace defense this year, but special teams, Wimberley sees to it that they're one of the ones who do. And this ball, an onside, and it's illegal touching as it was touched by the Texans before it went 10 yards. No flag thrown. Recovered, I think, by Wallace, however, and they may just keep it there at the 50. We'll see how this shakes out. So good field position for the Rangers as they try to answer the Texans' 60-yard return, maybe longer than that, maybe call it 70. And handoff is 9. Up the middle, 60 finds him, wraps him up, and 3 of his buddies take him down after 8. Spots the 42. Handoff Juju. 34 turns him into the right side, and he steps across for the first down and moves the pile. And there goes the mob, still moving, still up, and it looks like Australian rugby. Juju certainly over 100 yards rushing tonight. And he gets it again, up the middle. Runs with that left hand out in front of him, trying to find space, get the hand on the back of his lead blockers, and he's got another 4. And clock will expire for the third quarter. 1 more to go, and it's a good ball game here, a 17-6 kind of situation. A 2nd and 5 as we start the final 8 minutes. 2 to each side for the receivers. And that looked like the late snap. Ball thrown, and he's got Juju up the middle, and 9 into the end zone. And they snuck him out of the backfield right up the middle. And the Texans may have thought the Rangers got away with one, as that snap seemed a little late to me. Might have to run it back and look, but for now, it's 23 points on the board. Christopher checks in at the left side tight end spot to block for the PAT. Low snap, but the kick away and splits the sticks, and he's sure-footed as ever, a 25-6 situation. So we've seen a number of hard line drive kicks, and this one's going to find the deep and over 34's head, and he'll have to go back. It's a basketball-style bounce to him. 51 trying to track him, can't get him. 34, Callum getting held, and that'll come back as Tristan makes the tackle, but Callum was held at the 25, and they'll bring that back to the 15-yard line. So ball back all the way to the 10-yard line. Looks a little bit much to me if it was a spot 10-yard penalty, but here comes Jakari on the right side, trying to get wide, got a little space, and found by Curtis, the corner, and someone else as well. He got a couple.
John, get in there!
2nd and 8, trips to the left side. Jackson gonna look this way and throw, looking for 13. Zeke in defense and nearly picked it. He had it in his hands, a couple of bobbles, and he's been everywhere down the field tonight. Here comes 3rd down, and Tristan gonna go to the right side. Ketter in trouble, and a sack from Putman, the defensive end, and he's got a tackle for loss. So 4th down and in need of points, no punt team. Empty set, Ketter, 2 steps, and throws, and was looking for Meeks out of the slot, and he looked late. Would have had a first had he completed it, but it's inside the 10, 1st and goal for the Rangers. So Juju checks out from the halfback spot. 17 in, high snap, give to 17 up the middle, and corralled by a couple of linebackers, I think. 59 was playing. 2nd and goal from about the 5-yard line, and 17 still in the backfield. Gonna get it? No, Kale's gonna keep it and try to find the pylon, and he's got it. He walks in untouched, and they faked him out on the dive, a little naked QB boot, and 18's on the board. PAT trying to go 3 for 4. And this one away and through and true. It counts. 5:20 to play. 31 sends this one to the right side. Jakari underneath of it and bobbled. Gets it and moves to his right side. And squirting through, he's found and tackled by Max at the 36. 1st down from the 39, trips to the right side. Ketter out to the flat, got forward, and complete and tackled at the boundary after a pickup of 5. 2nd and 4. And Ford in the wingback spot. Meeks gonna get it. Left side, now trying to bounce outside, and gets through the first couple of tackles. Trustin as it is, with the tackle. I think I've called Tristan a couple times tonight. I tell you, working in my mind without a roster is a bit taxing. Bear with me. And Julian on the bottom of that one. 54 checks in for Julian as he gets a breather. Trips to the right side, and they got lots of splits. Meeks up the middle, and he's got some space. Found as he crosses the 40, and not quite a first, but awful close to it, into the secondary, and a couple of Rangers peeling off the ground on that one, including Max and 54. And then a late flag comes in, and they'll chat about it, and we'll let you know. The penalty marker waved off. It came after the play ended, so figured some kind of unsportsmanlike was coming, but not the case. It's 2nd and a yard on the 40, and a balanced set as far as personnel, but it's a tight end on the right side to balance it. And Ketter looking to throw the stop. Forward and tackled down low by 10, and Max there to wrap him up as well. And it's 3rd with no gain. 2:30 in the ball game, 3rd and a half a yard. Ketter to Meeks and runs into traffic. Marcus finds him. He's found him all night and is enough to move the sticks by about a yard's length. On the 38 we go. And as you see here in the foreground, Juju's night is over as he has been a workhorse. 13 moves over, 35 moves up. Ketter alone in the backfield. One-step drop, wants the deep ball, looking, and had him in the chest, looking for 13 in and out of his chest, and he got behind the defense. 2nd and 10, a minute and a half. And Ketter gonna try the deep ball, and nobody goes with him. Curtis there, and never went up, and he's got it. And then tackled by one on the boundary there, and it's a big play inside the 10. So 1st and goal. Ketter zips one out to the left side, got forward and tackled. No, Zeke didn't wrap him up, and then hammered by Max, but he gets across, and the first offensive touchdown for Wimberley on the board. And it counts a 33-12 ball game. 2-point conversion, 3 in motion. Ketter moving to his right, dips a shoulder, still going, and now throw to the back of the end zone, high pointed and caught inbounds. It counts. 2-point strike. Or excuse me, it's a 1 point because the kick is 2 points. And I got it backwards there, so 33-13 the new total. Whistle blows, but Wimberley's still getting their personnel on the field. And now I believe they've got 11. Everybody up close for the hands team for the Rangers, expecting the onside here. A 10-yard approach nevertheless, and 17 will onside this ball. And knocked away and got by Wimberley, and they've got it. And they'll have it there with 55 seconds to go to try to get their 3rd score of the night. So Max, the far side front man who had his hands on it and just couldn't quite get it to stick, bats it, and Wimberley gets it. You can't advance a recovery, so it comes back to the 50 where they got it at for the first time, and Ketter in the gun, Meeks to his right, and he'll roll to the right. Down the boundary he goes, got a man inside, 33 Meeks, and tackled in the open field by Curtis, the corner. And a timeout taken, I think. So no timeout, just a momentary pause to reset the chains. Here comes Ketter. 3-step drop, looking to his left. 77 goes airborne, and he misses 7 over the top. So Julian in his face. Incomplete pass will stop it momentarily. Ball on about the 36-yard line, and it's a trips right look for the Texans. 2nd down. Ketter looking for the post, got him this time, 7, and Zeke in the back of him, couldn't wrap him up, but help's coming, and they do take him down. It's consecutive first downs for the Texans. Texans showing a lot of heart and fight here late in the 4th quarter, making this score more respectable, trying to stick another one in. 25 seconds to go in the ball game. Back from the timeout, spot the 21-yard line. Ketter alone, moves to his left side. And he's got time to throw it. He's going to heave this one to the end zone and knocked down by who else but Zeke. Give him a skull and crossbones for his helmet, playing lights out in the secondary tonight. A 2nd and 10, and a pause in the action, and it's a Wallace timeout this time. 18 seconds to play. So back from the Wallace timeout, and it's a trips right look. And Curtis and Trustin will guard that side. Pump fake, 11 to the back of the end zone, and caught by somebody. It's Zeke. He's got another interception. 26 has been everywhere, and I do mean everywhere in the secondary tonight. And it may be a touchback if it was in the end zone. So should be a version of the victory formation here for the Rangers. 8 seconds to click off, and Zeke in the backfield. Nathaniel will check in late and line up on the other side of Kale. We call that security. And a knee will end it. 33-13, a 20-point victory for Wallace. They stay undefeated, 7-0 on the season. And folks, take next Tuesday night off at the Hayes High School Stadium for the district championship. The Wallace Rangers, 7-0, taking on the Barton Bobcats. Their name escaped me for a minute. A 6-1 ball club who lost to Dahlstrom last week for the district championship for the second 8th grade year in a row. You don't want to miss that one. It's at the big house. We'll see you there. Juju, bro, heck of a game tonight. You had an 85-yard touchdown run. I don't know how many touchdowns you had. You had over 100 yards on the ground. Totally pumped about your performance. Undefeated, 7-0, district championship next week. What's going through your head right now?
Ready for Barton.
Yeah? Okay, so district championship. What do you guys got to do to make that happen?
Rest up, and Monday come to practice.
Okay.
Next day.
It's a short week, right? So what, like 5 days and you're back at it? Defense has been lights out. You guys have hardly given points up tonight. You had a special teams give up, and then gave up one late in the fourth quarter. I know you and a couple guys were out on that drive, but you optimistic? You think you're going to win it? Yeah, you think you're taking the title home? Going to hang a banner in the gym? All right, bro. Well, congratulations. It's been so fun watching you, man. Bro, heck of a game tonight. You were all over the secondary. I don't know, you had, 2 picks and like 4 PBUs probably. One of the things that Wimberley's done well all season, and I know because I'm friends with some of them, is throw the ball on people. And our defense has been lights out this year. We've had some shutouts and 13 points in a bunch anyway. And that was one of them was on special teams play. What was different tonight? I mean, not that it's been way different, but what got into you?
I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't really let anyone catch the ball on me all season.
That's true.
But tonight, I saw Brandon on me. I got kind of nervous, but
Yeah.
I remember because back in 7-man last year, they threw the ball on me with him. It was in the top right corner. I knocked it down, so I just went
So
back.
you kind of knew what to expect with him.
Yep.
And you had one down here in the corner of the end zone that you could have batted away, but it's hard to process all that, on 4th down. But then I think that was the drive that we scored an 85-yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
Juju had it. So next week, district championship with Barton at the big house. Hayes, you nervous? You excited? What are you thinking?
I think we're gonna win.
I think you guys could too. Your defense has been lights out this year, and so we're gonna see what happens, man. It's been exciting to watch. One more week to go. Let's get it. Proud of you, man.